swinging more
coming
top face and start. Well, my understanding is that you're swinging more up here, which gets you over across the ball and you're pulling it well.
So more path, okay, more path related there. So you say club face. Okay, no, that's completely fine. That's not a wrong answer. So we have one or the other. So we're going to go path or we're going to go club face. So we understand, so I have a wedge here. So for instance here, so I have a square wedge right here. Have we ever done this with a tee to understand what kind of launch we're going to get if we come through square opposed to coming through with, say, a closed face with more compression or hitting that flop shot when we open it up. So anytime we're moving this club forward with a forward press of the hands and holding on to it, or what you call lag, which would be created by this right wrist angle. So if we notice through impact, we're here, we have released the club, we've scooped with our hands, and we've added loft. So most of the time when we add loft to the club, we're going to hit it higher, obviously, but for number two, we're going to have a tendency to hit it more right. Because the same goes through if we keep that wrist angle, but it's more path driven. Now my club face is square, but it's also left of my target line. So there we have a pull. So now we have the relation between our path, so coming through square, the square club face, with slight wrist hinge, or releasing that hinge and scooping through it, or you have guys that are down here with it. Okay, so it depends on what you're looking to hit. But if we get caught up, and it happens with a lot of guys, so they get caught up here, say they early extend, they stand up on it, what happens is we're standing up, we're raising that handle up. And that's where that high right comes from. So we're coming through with a high handle. We stood up through the shot, we've lost our posture. So if we can maintain that posture and maintain this same, so when we're at address here, my wrist is slightly hinged. It's not completely flat, so it's slightly hinged because the club handles forward. So at our address position, we go from forward to then we're going to set the club at the top. We want to see a flat left wrist. We don't want to see it cupped and we don't want to see it bowed. Okay, you see some good players, Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, they bow their wrists. That's a power move for them because then they snap it through impact. And that's why these guys are hitting it so far. But then you also see a cupped wrist at the top. So when we cup the wrist, the club has a tendency to work across the line. So when we're across the line, how do we get back out? We cast it. We throw the club out. We just lost a lot of power. There's no set, there's no lag, and at that point we're just dragging the club through. So we want a little bit of lag or a little bit of this wrist angle through impact. Because at that point we're going to be able to flight our shots better. So if you're fighting wind or anything like that, we want to hit that lower shot. So that's something that we can do there. We can work on that same thing. We can work here, pivot through, and we're just going to hit punch shots. Finish with our hands, same angle above the club head. So that's our drill there. So we're going to hit a nice little punch shot. We're going to set the club. It's going to be a slight turn. We haven't quite started that turn yet, but a slight turn. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to come through. We're going to hit the shot. We're going to hold that finish. And we're going to almost get the belt towards the target. But by the time the right arm's parallel, we're still going to have our hips slightly right of our target, but they are opening up. So we don't want to feel like we're going to stall the hips, go this way. And we don't want to feel like we're going to slide with our hips and come this way. We want to make sure we're rotating. We're keeping that same wrist angle, and then we're going to hold that finish with our hands leading the club head.